Scott Talley coming to you from the worldwide headquarters of Network in Action. We like to include that. We're going to be worldwide, and we're going to run it from right here, Mike.
Damn near.
We are with Mike Mallon, the other half of the Mallon family and the owner of Storyteller Promotions. And if you've heard other podcasts, you heard from his wife, Ruth, who talked a little bit about branding and the promotional products into their business. But they are in the midst of a pretty darn major transformation, and it's pretty cool. So tell the audience a little bit about what you are planning and where you're headed with that.
It's really the next evolution of the business. I mean, if you're not evolving, you're kind of dying. So we've taken all the things that we've learned about branding, marketing, all of our experiences from the places we've worked before, and are now creating an educational component where we can actually come inside your organization, because branding matters from the very beginning. So if you can start with the culture of an organization and take that forward, you can compete on a level beyond price, beyond speed, and even take quality to a whole other level. It's all about the experience that your customers have with your brand and how far out you can take that.
You know, it's perfect timing for that, because if you realize all the different types of businesses in the world that are being impacted by, you know, the internet and the Amazons of the world that are just taking market share away. And one of the ways to be a great differentiator is obviously with this, right?
Absolutely. Again, it's all about the experience that your customers have with that brand. And if it's Amazon is great. They're all good companies, but they compete on convenience. Mm-hmm. And when you're dealing with individuals who need something from you, it's all about that experience, and people resonate with that. They want to come back for it. It's almost addictive. You just want to keep on going back for more.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. We talk a lot about how the internet's changed. That we were mentioning the other day, I was in Las Vegas, and there must have been 8 or 10 yellow cabs right outside the window, and I'm standing there staring at the yellow cabs, hitting my phone and calling an Uber.
Right.
You know, it's like you say, it's a little different world. I have had the good fortune of seeing Mike present a really fantastic seminar that he's done for Network in Action on a couple occasions, and the seminar focuses primarily on customer service. Talk a little bit about that seminar and the inspiration behind that. I think it was a trip to Disney, right?
It started with my first opportunity going to Disney and experiencing it through my kids' eyes. I was sold on the idea by a client at the time, and I was not a big Disney fan. But when I started I was running another company. It was a security guard company. And if you're going to compete and differentiate yourself in the security industry, you've really got to do something a little different. So I sought out the Disney Institute and went to them for leadership and then for quality service, and learned so much about the formula that they use to put you in a place when you're visiting with them as a guest that you just want to go back and continue to experience and experience again. The formula was simple. The experience that I had was fantastic, and being able to bring it back to my team and then not duplicate, but use that formula to make us better at what we did is what really kind of kicked off this this love affair that I have with the entire service component. It gives me the warm and fuzzy every single day.
I love some of the stories from that seminar. Share the one with us about how Disney studied who does the driving and how long they've been in the car.
Oh, yeah. So part of the formula is, knowing your customer. You have to truly understand who that person is, what they look like, what they've gone through to get to you, what they're hoping for, what they need, what they want. And a result of that is they know precisely who their average customer is. They're going to drive a couple of days to get there. They're going to spend this amount of time in the park. They know almost exactly how much they're going to spend on average. So when you arrive, typically at a moderate resort, if you're driving for 2.5 days, who's driving? Well, it's Dad. Well, Dad is tired. He wants to get out of the car. He probably wants a cold beer, a hot towel. And sure enough, on the driver's side of the car, there's a young, mature, stable individual. Welcome, how are you? But on the other side of the car, where Mom and the kids are coming out, there's the little cheerleader type with the Mickey hands and welcoming them. Each having a different experience that makes them remember it.
Yeah.
It's an emotional connection.
It's incredible what they've built. They're one of only a couple of companies I can think of where people go to the trouble to tattoo the logo on their arms. Harley Davidson's been able to accomplish that. And wouldn't you like to have a company, if you run a company, where people go out of their way to put your brand on their arm?
Could you imagine the brand loyalty that comes out of things like Disney, Harley Davidson, Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
We even talk about, it's kind of silly, but, well, it's not silly. We even talk about the Marine Corps as a brand.
Yeah.
It's iconic. You look at the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor worldwide, and everybody knows what it is. They established a brotherhood, and they create this mystical kind of thing that just attaches you to them forever.
Yeah. So with the new company, you'll be looking for speaking engagements along with opportunities to go into a company and spend how much time?
Currently, I'm doing speaking engagements by invitation to social organizations, groups, anybody who's interested about hearing a different perspective on how to take your business to the next level. I do half-day sessions with leaderships from different companies who are looking to figure out what their next step is. And then I've done two-day seminars where I'll actually go in and work from the ground up with their team, trying to figure out what their purpose statement is, what their standards are, how to get their company ingrained with the brand, and then that culture, and then with their audience.
Sounds exciting. I know there's a lot of people that talk about going into a company and making changes, but your interactive style that you do at your seminars, I'm sure, is something you're incorporating into this new program.
Absolutely. It all starts with brainstorming. It's getting the leadership on. If you don't do this at a leadership level, it doesn't take place. So it's changing the thoughts on the leadership, figuring out what their vision is, and I tell them it's almost an emotional, gut-wrenching, tear-jerking picture that you create with words of where you want to be in 5, 10 years, what the legacies is that you want to leave. And from that, we can then take keywords and figure out where the direction is and then set the standards. And once the leadership is on board, it's a lot easier to get that culture ingrained. It doesn't happen overnight. It took my organization probably 2 years to really make that 100% transformation. But when we started our company and did it right from the get-go, it was automatic. It just took no time at all.
So you could be a great solution for a brand new business. Maybe it's better to get in there and get started and do it right from the beginning than trying to come in and patch and repair later, huh?
I think our key customers will be, and I just looking at it, it will be either the business that is just starting off, because like I said, branding matters from the very beginning, or it is that probably owner-involved company where they're probably hitting about 50 people, and they know that what got them here is not going to get them there. So how do we get to that next level? Because the owner can't be every place anymore.
That's right.
They don't have that intimate touch with the customers. So they've got to make sure that their people do almost exactly what the owner would do in that given circumstance.
Yeah, awesome. I look forward to seeing this develop. It's going to be great. It's going to be great for the customers that take the time to engage you. I know that you have so much knowledge around how to, make this customer service a part of the brand, not a part from it.
Right.
And that's what's important. And I know you've done a great job of educating me on that and some of our other members.
I appreciate that.
I know you built Storyteller Promotions with some networking. Talk to the audience today a little bit about networking, your experience, and network in action, if you will.
So I started off networking with another group when we first started the business, and it was important for me because while I was involved in marketing, I was more in an executive leadership kind of thing, and I had people that were out talking about sales. So I had never really talked about what we were doing, and that helped me tremendously. Joining NIA was the transformative next step. I don't think we could be the organization we are now with the sales that we have if it wasn't for NIA and the network that we're in. There was recently a CBS small business study that was done where it listed professional networking, email marketing, and referrals. Those were the top 3 business growth strategies.
Wow.
Way beyond direct mail, any of the other things that people traditionally have done. So if you're looking to grow your business, you've got to be that word of mouth, one-on-one referral, and professional networking. And that leads to that. So if you don't have that network out there, I talk about with Ruth all the time, it's not who we know, it's who knows us. That makes all the difference in the world. And if you're not out there networking in a positive, growth-oriented group, you're not going to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, great advice. Well, we're really happy you came in today. Looking forward to seeing what develops over the next few months with this new business. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Best of luck with you, Mike.
Thank you, sir.